ma'am, please start the session.
Yeah, thank you. I was just waiting for that. So, good evening, everyone. A formal good evening, and I can see more than 1,000 participants are here. So, what a pleasure talking to so many of you, around 1,200 of you, in one platform, and that to the WebEx one. We will begin by I express my gratitude to Sahodaya, Patliputra Sahodaya PSSC, to Dr. Shubhashri Sarkar, Madam, and to all the participants who are listening to me today and who are ready for the interaction. I will be able to talk and share my slides, but you have to put your thoughts and your responses in the chat box, please. And I'm sure we are fast enough now because from chalkboard to keyboard, we have become very fast and we can respond fast so that we finish off fast. And I can see on other side, people are giving reactions, some clap and some emoji kind of thing. So that's nice, but we will all respond. Good afternoon, all of you. All those who are putting good evening, good afternoon in the chat box. So let's begin with a note of thanks. Yeah, I think the screen is visible now. Just a minute. Let me just set the chat box so that I can. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible.
Yeah. I'm just setting the chat box, please, so that it's easy because that's my response board. Yeah. Today's session is on self-awareness, a life skill. So we will start with let me start with the response just to check if everything is fine. All those who can see me and hear me can put a Y in the chat box. One Y in the chat box. One Y, two Ys, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, okay, all right. So out of the 1,200 plus, if 12 people respond, I think that I am audible and visible. And you are ready to navigate with me. So when we see self-awareness, right? All of us know the meaning of self. What, according to you, is awareness? Kindly put in the chat box. What, according to you, is awareness? When we say awareness, what comes to our mind? Awareness matlab kya hai? Active, to be updated, yes, knowing about day-to-day happenings, alertness, absolutely. देखिए ना, आप लोग respond तो कर रहे हैं, but I'm not able to see your names. Be cautious, ready to, yes, be alert, Supriya Singh ma'am. All right. So awareness is mainly knowing about something, know about information, vigilant, readiness, everything for what? To get some information. And self-awareness, very simple, and information. But why is it called a skill? Why is self-awareness called a skill? We will deal with it in the next 1 hour in the subsequent slides, right? Just look at the picture. Knowing me, knowing you, right? Self-awareness is knowing me. Then what is knowing you? That is a thought-provoking question. Knowing me and knowing you. So self-awareness is not only knowing about the self, but also the surrounding. Self-awareness means wherever I am. If I am in the school now, it is not only that I know I need the fan on, but I should also know what will be the consequence if I put the fan on. Maybe if it is full speed, I may not be able to speak properly, or maybe there will be a disturbance of sound, anything. So knowing me and knowing you both. That is why the picture starts with self-awareness. Now you see, you can see the three pictures, right? Happy, mad, sad. Just think. There is a thought-provoking question. Just think what makes you happy, what makes you go mad, and what makes you sad, right? So the fastest fingers first, we will see any 5 responses out of the 1200 plus participants. What makes you happy? I'll wait for only 45 seconds. Just put in the chat box what makes you happy instead of putting your school name and all this. You put what makes you happy. क्योंकि attendance अपने आप जा रहा है. Blooming flower, getting good things, surrounded by kids, good environment big term, satisfaction, helping others, life, wonderful, nature, family, happiness. Somebody has written eating biryani, wonderful, that's honest confession, wonderful. Success makes me happy. Okay, so we will take that. Success makes me happy. Happiness is, success is getting what you want, and happiness is wanting what you get. अभी बच्चों के साथ इतने प्रॉब्लम्स हो रहे हैं. Children are not happy because they want lot of marks. They get good marks, 98.9, 98.7, like that. Then they want admission in good college, good institution. They get admission. They want good placement. That happens. They want all luxuries. That happens. Still, they are not happy. Why? Lot of research work is going on. Happiness quotient, from intelligent quotient, IQ, to EQ, emotional quotient, to SQ, spiritual quotient, and now it is happiness quotient. So somebody who had written, what makes you happy? Success. Success is getting what you want, and happiness is wanting what you get. Right? So be very, very particular about it. What makes us happy lies in our hands. We have to realize eating biryani, that's okay. Eating biryani makes me happy. Positive thinking makes me happy. Wonderful. Okay, अब दूसरे वाले में चलते हैं. What makes us go mad? What makes you go mad? Ignorance makes me happy. Okay. Oh, ignorance makes you go mad. Children not responding. Wonderful. Oh, beautiful. Patliputra Saudhya team. Beautiful. Obesity. Okay. Disobedience. Absolutely. Absolutely. Beautiful, because disrespect. Yes. So these are you're so honest in politics. Yes. Telling lies. Absolutely. Absolutely. Tension, irritation. Absolutely. अब बताइए तो what makes us sad? Not acknowledging, but not acknowledging, if not acknowledging makes you mad, means you have to control, you'll go to loneliness, children disbelieving, yes, lack of trust, no sense, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Sakshi ma'am writes ignorance, Priya ma'am writes not putting efforts. All these make us go sad. ठीक है, ये तो हमारे feeling की बात हो गई. Self, what makes me happy, what makes me mad, what makes me sad. So everything, all of us are aware of what makes us happy, sad, and these are emotions. We are aware of our emotions, but there are so many things which we miss out. Right? Many of you have written lack of trust, what makes me go mad, बहुत कुछ है. But sometimes, there can be a power cut for a long time. That also can make us go mad. In summers, right? Makes us sad. Abhi lockdown ke baad, if we don't get the children the way we had left them, that will make us feel sad. So a lot of things are there which we sometimes it slips out of our mind, but we are aware. So let's start with the work. Thank you for the response in the chat boxes, but let us start with one more response, right? This is called a Mentimeter response. I'm sure all of you have done it. You must have done, or you must be knowing it. What I will do is I will put the link of the Mentimeter in the chat box. You just have to click the chat box and follow the instructions. The Menti link has gone. I'm putting again. Just click on it and start working, as it says, 2 objectives which describe you. 2 objectives for yourself. Put it in the chat box. Sorry, in the Mentimeter. I'm putting the link again, please. You can click on the link. And let me see if you've started working, somebody. Difference between sad, yes, yes. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Hardworking, superb, superb. See how how the teacher community has become so techno savvy. Superb. But there are 1200 plus and not even 12 responses. At least 120 responses should be there. Immediate responses. Yeah, superb, superb. All teachers are hardworking. That is why hardworking is repeated so many times. Active, polite, wonderful. Superb. Within no time, 67 of you have responded. Now 70. Wonderful. See, energetic, laborious, hardworking. Most of us, all teachers have to be hardworking. That's why they are in the teaching community. Everybody has written work hard, enthusiastic, intelligent, wonderful. Politeness, discipline, superb, superb. And the list continues. So those of you who could do it, very nice. Caring, motivated. You can put it in the, I'll put the link again because we do have time. Click on the link and work. Just once more, I'll put the link because this is the time limit planned for this activity. Okay, wonderful. Then we go to the next slides. If you're still writing, no problem, you write. I'll minimize, I'm not closing it. You can still write if you're writing, no problem, you continue. We go to the next slide, right? What is self-awareness? Now the main, after doing this exercise, we will get to know a lot of this thing, that what is self-awareness. We will have a good discussion. We learn from each other, right? We learn from each other. What according to you is self-awareness, and what is the definition of self-awareness, or what is the meaning of self-awareness? That is the ability to monitor your own emotions and reactions. Normally what we do is we think of our emotions, but reactions also. Good session, thank you. We've just started with the session, thank you. So the reactions are also very, very important. Yes, this training is also part of self-awareness. Exactly, we have to walk the talk. Now the next one is, it allows us to know our strengths, weaknesses, triggers, motivators and other characteristics. अभी किसी ने लिखा था ना कि what makes you happy, success. So आपका trigger क्या है? Sometimes you see, all of us will have experience because we are in the teaching community. And I'm glad that all of you are so honest. When we are in the teaching community, you see kuch bacche aise hote hain, when you praise other children, they feel very sad. They're good ones. Even teachers, we as principals, we see sometimes some teachers are not able to take the reactions of this is coming. They're not able to accept others being praised, right? So you know why that happens? Knowing self-worth, yeah. So we have to say what is that is the reaction. Reaction to what is already there in their brain. So we have to see what is their motivator. This is a trigger which makes them sad, but what is the motivator? Counseling, or they themselves getting all the activities. Kabhi kabhi aapne dekha hoga, everything I want to do. Many children are there, they won't expect, let you give other opportunity to others. So such cases, we have to realize our, what is our trigger, what is our motivator, and then we can know our strengths, weaknesses, and we will be aware. अब हम aware तो हो जाएंगे, but what do we do after being self-aware? That's a life skill. So a deeper look at our emotions will make us feel in a certain way, and how sentiments could turn to reactions. Knowing self-worth, yes, we are all unique. Yes, criticism is a tool of our success, absolutely accepted. So we should understand, we should have a deeper understanding of our own emotions. And tell me one thing, when can we have deeper understanding? Just put in the chat box. Deeper understanding of self, when can we have that? When can we have deeper understanding of self? Just put in the chat box. Self knowledge, yes, when can we? Interactive sessions are always wonderful. Yes, absolutely, thank you. So when can we have? Rupa Chaudhary ma'am, thank you so much. So when can we have a self-understanding, self-realization? Okay, how do we do self-realization? By evaluating ourselves. Okay, so when you self-analysis, yes, self-assessment, interaction, but self-knowledge, how do we get all this? Self-understanding. Oh, somebody has written introspection. Let me see who gave me that word first. Introspection. Whoever has given that word, Ayman, Ayman, ma'am or sir, and then somebody else also gave introspection. Introspection is the word which we have to, introspection for self-assessment for anything. Introspection, Chandan Kumar sir. Introspection is one of the most important traits, for self-awareness. And normally people say that they do introspection. We say we are introspecting, but we are not introspecting, we are analyzing. So introspection and self-analysis are two different things. There is a thin line of demarcation, which we will do in due courses, in the subsequent slides, right? So next one is, you can see the picture of self-awareness, right? Self-awareness involves a lot of things. So when we do introspection, we introspect our skills, and expertise, we introspect our experiences, our strengths and weaknesses, drivers, our drives, our behaviors, the knowledge. Most of you have been putting knowledge and feelings and experiences, behaviors, then ego and thoughts. And most important of all is communication. Because if you stop the channel of communication, then we may not be able to be self-aware, or we may not be, self-awareness will not be complete. If we do not communicate, we only know about ourselves, but we don't know what others perceive of us. What is the surrounding that is there? So there is a very, important characteristics hidden in this: effective communication. Self-awareness does not only mean thinking and introspection, it means interaction also. Wonderful. Okay, what is wonderful? Okay, thank you so much. Right? Next, when we talk of self-awareness, we must learn how to listen to ourselves before before learning how to listen to others. Normally we say we have to be active listeners, effective communication skills, effective listeners. कभी आपने अपने अंतरात्मा की आवाज को सुनने की कोशिश की है? अंतरात्मा की आवाज को सुनने का प्रयास अगर आपने किया है, तो people say you are very intuitive, lot of intuition, but we must learn to listen to ourselves. Honestly tell me, you can put your response in the chat box. Most of the time we stress ourselves, we overexert ourselves. कि कोई ताली बजा रहे हैं, हमको पता नहीं चल रहा कौन है, somebody is giving, so I'm not able to acknowledge. So most of the time we stretch ourselves. Why? Because we have to do more work. We stay awake, late night, we sit and work. That time what? Our body says, our mind says, "Ab rehne do, let us go take rest." But still we have to do the work. Sometimes we suppress our feelings and still we say, nahi, theek hai, let it be. हम बर्दाश्त कर लेंगे. I will bear with it. हम सह लेंगे. Yeah, two opposite conditions, yeah. And then, एक और honestly बताइएगा, इसमें if what I'm saying is, if you agree with what I'm saying, first listen to me, then I will tell you which alphabet to put. Many a time, we as teachers come across ethical dilemma, right? And what we do not open our mouth. We do not speak out, right? Kyun? With the fear. And the world is bad not because of the violence of bad people only, but also because of the silence of good people. If you agree with me, put an A in the chat box, please. Just put an A in the chat box. I will know if you agree with me. One A, capital A. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely, absolutely. So let us, when we are aware, we know what's happening, if a wrong is happening, we must not indiscipline, but we must make a mention. Later on, we should not blame ourselves. I wish I could have told, right? So listen to your inner voice. Inner voice talks a lot. Agree, agree. Thank you so much. Thank you. So our inner voice is talking. Like now, my inner voice tells me, conscience, absolutely. That was my next question. Somebody has given the answer before the question itself. Superb team, Patna rocks. Patliputra, Sahodaya rocks. So it is like, my inner feeling, my inner voice is telling me now, all of you are so connected with it that you really want to know what next. So I go to the next click, right? So this is some of the exercises from the CBSE books only, CBSE work only. Develop self-awareness, right? Self-awareness is an awareness not only of your personality as well as your individuality. And what is connected with self-awareness is emotional intelligence. Thank you. Some of you are putting nice session and all, but I will continue for the 1 hour full. So like you are how emotionally attached, how emotional intelligent you are, emotionally intelligent you are. Like somebody had, पहले रिक्रूटमेंट जो होते थे आईक्यू के लेवल से, बिकॉज आईक्यू ज्यादा हो तो yes, how thoughts, actions, emotions, yes, align with internal standards. Absolutely, absolutely. Let me see the name. Upendra Prasad sir, absolutely. So, and all those who are giving compliments, thank you so much, Kavita ma'am, and all. Nice session and all your writing. Thank you. So, emotional intelligence is pehle tha emotional IQ, then EQ is emotional intelligence, then spiritual intelligence, spiritual quotient, right? Spiritual quotient is all teachers are by default spiritually oriented because we think of the welfare of others. Spiritual and rituals are two different things. We think of the welfare of others before we think of our own welfare, right? Teachership and sacrifice goes hand in hand. Sometimes you sacrifice your food, sometimes your money, sometimes your family time, sometimes your leisure time, sometimes your, anything, your knowledge time, whatever. But we have to sacrifice. So that is why we say leadership and sacrifice go hand in hand. And you are all leaders of your class. So after spiritual quotient, happiness quotient. जैसे किसी ने लिखा था शुरू में, I had asked, you said, oh, that is making, seeing my family members happy. Even same with me. When I see people around me happy, I feel very happy. Right? So benefits are, it will make you change your beliefs and behavior. अंदर की आवाज जो होती है, inner voice. Then it will alter your emotions. And it is not that your emotional intelligence cannot be increased. It can be increased very much. And mind you, if today what we are discussing, if we carry it back to our schools, to our friends, to our families, emotional intelligence will increase at least by 3 steps. If not 300, 3 steps to increase hoga hi. And relationship, emotional quality of the relationship, achievement, abhi kisi ne bola tha success. Once you are self-aware, once you are emotionally intelligent, spiritually upright, your success achievement will be there. And of course, it helps you empathize and lot of qualities. Yes, somebody's writing empathy. Absolutely. Thank you so much for all the responses. So this is the diagram, this is a picture you see. We think that we know so much, whether it is self-awareness, whether it is knowing about others, about anything. But why are these sessions conducted? Why are the trainings there? The more we explore, the more we get to know. There is no end to learning. This is just the tip of the iceberg. What remains inside is yet to be explored. Right? If you feel what I've said is true, put a T in the chat box, please. Put a T in the chat box. Let me see how many of you agree with me. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chandan sir, Sumini, and thank you all those who are giving compliments. Thank you, Akriti ma'am, all of you. Right? So let's get deeper into self-awareness. Self-awareness is the core step to tap into both emotional intelligence and leadership, I said just now. It is one of the keys of personal growth and success. Abhi to discuss kiya, right? And self-awareness will provide us with more authenticity, motivation, and confidence, right? What we lack is confidence. Abhi humne ek udaharan diya aapko. One example that I cited was, you know what is going on is wrong, but then still you don't open your mouth because there is, you know, fear, lack, maybe little less confident. What will the others think? There is one LKK syndrome. Do you know LKK? Log kya kahenge? So when you are aware, you will not think about all this. When you are aware, you are confident. What you're saying is true. You should not allow negative things around you. Abhi dekhiye na, pandemic ho gaya. Pandemic hua to how did we had to change ourselves. We could not change the surrounding. So how did we manage the change? Only because we were aware. Hame pata hai. And then we started with kara, with drink, hot drinks, with warm water, and so many things, tea, coffee, so many things. Why? Because we had to adapt to it. And how did we adapt to it? Because we were self aware. हमें अवेयरनेस था कि देखिए ये जो हमारे साथ है सिर्फ हमारे अंदर की नहीं, हमें तो पता नहीं था, कोरोना ने तो लिख के नहीं दिया कि दैट आई विल कम टू यू और नॉट, बट वी वर अवेयर. Right? Thank you. Somebody has written, we don't mind LKK. Good. So we were aware of the surrounding. That is why otherwise हम मास्क पहनते ही नहीं, हम स्कूल पे छुट्टियां देते ही नहीं. So this is the reason why, if there is authenticity, motivation, confidence with self-awareness. And self-awareness is a skill which is combined with consistency and practice. You know, when you practice it, yes, sir, right. Absolutely, absolutely. They are writing the names of the authors and books and all, and it gives us power and comfort, self-awareness. It is 100% true. But it is interrelated. Self-awareness gives us power and comfort. At the same time, power and authority may make us less self-aware also. So there is balance. एक बैलेंस होना चाहिए. Doing justice with oneself. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, sir. And self-aware, the people who are more self-aware are more creative, better communicator at work. Right? Let's go to the knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. I have not said it. Aristotle had talked about it. So self-awareness refers to the mind, the role of the brain, and its impact on our thoughts and emotions. So there are, I'm not teaching biology, but it is related to a bit of psychology as well. The conscious part of the brain, right? The brain has a cortex, the brain has a medulla, there are meninges, it's all biology. We don't want to do that. So the conscious part of the brain is responsible for language, reasoning, and logic. Tabhi to you just think, oh, thank you, excellent, and all of your writing, I'm so motivated. You must think, just think now and say, जब हम किसी से बात करते हैं, बड़ों से बात करते हैं, या जब हम घर से बाहर बात करते हैं, जाते हैं, so we talk in a different way. We are very careful about our language. But is the same thing at home with the friends? Friends ke sath, are yaar, we talk like that. But can we talk like that in the school? No. So language, logic, all these are with the conscious part of the brain, neocortex, rational brain. Then there is a subconscious part of the brain. Subconscious part represents a certain level of awareness. The second level of awareness, that is the emotions, feelings, memories. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है हम बुरे सपने देखते हैं, कभी कभी होता है हम we see good dreams, and you know sapna is related to the sapne, that is dreams are related to the semantic memory. कभी कभी आप बहुत कुछ एक्सपीरियंस हुआ रहता है, उसी को हम देखते हैं in a different form. And कभी कभी the long back there was a serial on the TV like Mungeri Lal ke Haseen Sapne, and whatever he saw that happened and all that, so those were all, you know, melodramatic. But sometimes what has happened already we see in our dreams. There is a psychological part attached, there is a spiritual part attached to it, right? And there is another part, quantum healing, the scientific part. When you positively visualize, हम कहते हैं ना कैंसर एक बीमारी ऐसी है, आपको लड़ाई करनी है, लड़नी है उसके साथ, लड़ना है, लड़ाई करनी है कि क्या कैंसर से you have to fight and you have to win. So why you have to be aware. तो डॉक्टर्स आपको बता देते हैं आपको कैंसर है लेकिन आप ठीक हो जाएंगे. So why? Because that is again self awareness. You have to positive visualization. And let me tell you, this is proven several times. I have tried, my teachers have tried, people with whom I have interacted have tried, that you positively visualize that I want this and it will happen. वो आप लोग मूवी में तो डायलॉग सुनते हैं, लेकिन practically there's a book, Quantum Healing. You see Deepak Chopra's book, you know, like positive visualization, you will get what you want. So this is, yes, somebody is giving reaction, I am not able to know who it is, so I cannot acknowledge. So feelings, emotions and memories, you know, it is not only the, कभी कभी आप देखें ना, आप मूवी देखते रहें या किसी और के घर में डेथ होती है या कोई और रोता है तो हमारे आंखों से आंसू आ जाते हैं, राइट? व्हाई? That is because we put ourselves in that place. So that is the subconscious part of the brain which is acting. And that is the second level of self-awareness. And the unconscious part, that is the ganglion, the roots, the nerves of the brain, you know, the nerves of the nerves, which are the ending nerve endings, ganglions. This is the instinctual center, and we cannot access this. तो कभी कभी हम कहते हैं ना, हम नशे में भी ऐसी बात नहीं कर सकते, हम नींद में भी ऐसा नहीं कर सकते हैं. When we get angry we say why? Because we can never think of such things. कुछ चीप बातें या कुछ झूठ बोलना, ये तो what teachers से मेरे फितरत में नहीं है, right? It is not there. So self awareness, why are we able to say that? Because we know we don't possess that quality. If we don't possess that quality, we are not nurturing that quality, तो unconscious part में भी नहीं होगा, कॉन्शियसली, सबकॉन्शियसली, अनकॉन्शियसली भी नहीं होगा. सो ये तीनों पार्ट जो है ये सेल्फ अवेयरनेस में है. ओ थैंक यू, नाइस लाइन somebody has written. So coping mechanism, you know, coping mechanism developed in childhood can prevent you from achieving your goals. So by becoming aware of these automatic reactions, you can opt out of using them when they provide no benefit, right? So kabhi kabhi hota, we say no, childhood experience. You see children who are adopted, and when they come to know their parents are not real, so what do? It goes on in their mind, they can't say anything, but mind mein kahin na kahin wo rehta hai. Sometimes when children are badly treated at home, when there is a differentiation between boy and a girl in the same family, वो impact रहता है subconscious, वो awareness में आ जाता है, self awareness में आ जाता है. So we as parents, as teachers have to be very very careful. What we are discussing now, how you are responding, what I'm talking, what I'm learning from you, all these will go to the children, to the classroom, right? When we take it to the classroom, we make our children aware, then this world becomes a lovely place to live in. अभी बच्चे जब आएंगे ना कोविड के बाद, इतने अस्थिर होंगे, they will be unsettled, restless. So we have to talk to them about the awareness. We have to talk to them about managing changes. We have to talk to them about keeping cool, keeping the control. So a lot of things we have to deal with, right? And that is why self awareness. ये देखिए अभी हमने बताया ना, ये दिमाग की बत्ती जलेगी. Like a capacity to build relationship, self-control, social liability, and social responsibility. Can you see? Social responsibility occupies a major area. It is our duty to give back to the society from where we have taken so much, right? बच्चों को वो बताइए, क्योंकि अभी देखिए हम लोग, this COVID could be a biggest example, a very nice example when you narrate. Self-awareness, communication, and leadership qualities are all, you know, Venn diagram. Those, oh, thank you, Niranjan sir. Thank you. So those are these three things put together like a Venn diagram. Those of you who are from maths background will understand. Venn diagram hai. self-awareness, communication, and leadership, right? So this is the human brain, which has different compartments, and we have to take care of each compartment. That is self-awareness. It is an indispensable life skill, and the higher level of consciousness is to recognize negative and unattractive behavior patterns. Patterns is the key word here. Pattern is very, very important. And professional and personal relationship with others with self-awareness skill, right? This will develop. So it will enhance self-awareness skills, will enhance our professional traits as well as a personal relationship. Most of the time we think, अरे वो हमें समझते नहीं है. Many teachers have the complaint, madam is not giving me the opportunity, sir, principal sir is not giving me the opportunity. दूसरे को देखते हैं, हमको नहीं दे रहे हैं. I could have done a better job. तो वो क्या है ना, आप अपने बारे अवेयर हैं लेकिन बाकी लोगों के बारे में. Thank you, somebody has written awesome. So and sometimes it is not only teachers, we principals also. Sometimes we see same person is going and announcing, हमारा job easy रहता है, we don't have to work too much. अरे इसको दे दो ना, पिछली बार भी तो किया था announcement. अरे इसे दे दो ना, ये इसको आता है. So when you are aware, self awareness होगा तो क्यों self awareness? I as a principal will know my potential, my qualities. But I as a principal or heading the school, I should know I should be aware of all my teachers' potential. Tabhi to management is making people do what they're supposed to do, but leadership is making people do what they never thought they could. You are all leaders in the class, in your classes. You can bring out the best of the children, pull out their innate potential. That is why you are the leader. See, everybody cannot become the principal, but all teachers are leaders in their classes, mind you. I have a lot of respect for the teachers, especially for the pre-primary school teachers, because tremendous learning from them. जब हमारे पास बच्चे आते हैं ना, वो पूरे तैयार होकर आते हैं +2 लेवल में या स्कूल में, बट यू सी द प्री प्राइमरी, जो बच्चे मदर्स को छोड़कर आते हैं टीचर के पास, एंड नॉट वन मदर टेक्स केयर ऑफ वन चाइल्ड और 2 चिल्ड्रन, बट द टीचर हैज टू टेक केयर ऑफ 40+ इन द क्लासरूम. और किस तरह प्री प्राइमरी टीचर्स केयर लेते हैं, बिकॉज दे आर वेरी सेल्फ अवेयर. So I salute the pre-primary teachers, right? So this is the reason why we say self-awareness is very, very important. That doesn't mean other teachers are not important. All of you are so important. You are touching 300, 250, 300 families per day through their children. So unless we are self-aware, how do we take it further? So with a high level of self-awareness, we realize the necessity of changing and modifying our thoughts, right? Emotions, behaviors, and we have to be more positive, right? We have to be, as somebody has written, very innovative, ma'am. Absolutely. We have to be. You have to be innovative. See, we have to realize, we have to make children realize. बच्चे देखिए फेलियर की आदत भूल गए हैं बच्चे, तभी तो लड़ाइयां हो रही है, तभी तो करप्शन बढ़ रहे हैं. और फ्रॉम सोसाइटी टू सोशल मीडिया में आ गए हम लोग. when we grew up, we had society, and अभी क्या है, सोशल मीडिया. और किस तरह बच्चे लिखते हैं, they are angry, anguish. When we were angry, we used to write poems, we used to write, we used to shout, we danced, we sang, and all this took care of. But now they're fighting with each other. Now they're putting nonsense in the social media, right? And they're making things evident, public, and what not. So this is the change. Era is changing. Technology era. Now, lot of you give them homework on the blackboard, they may not answer. You give them homework on the Facebook or on the Instagram, you will get it done, because all the time they are interested in this. But this is the technology era. So we as teachers, nobody can replace the teachers, right? We as teachers, we have to see that children use technology. We have to make them understand use, misuse, and abuse of technology, right? ये हमारा कर्तव्य है. हम उन्हें समझाएंगे, क्योंकि हम उन्हें रोक नहीं पाएंगे. We cannot stop them from using technology, but we can instill in their mind awareness, self-awareness. That is a life skill, that how they have to prevent themselves from misuse and abuse of technology. Tell them, see the mobile for a good cause. Go to site net for a good cause, but not bad, not unwanted sites. Give them a lot of ethical dilemma cases. That is how we have to make them self-aware. And we must keep striving for it and climbing the ladders of self-awareness, right? And how many of you are ready to do it? Please put an I, capital I, in the chat box. How many of you are ready for being self-aware? Put a capital I in the chat box. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, there are two kinds of self-awareness, two types of self-awareness. One is internal, और हमने दोनों के बारे में चर्चा की अभी. Internal is how we see our own values, passions, aspirations, perceptions, trends, and plus एक important चीज है how we impact others. ये हमेशा छूट जाता है. Hamesha we forget. Most of the time, 90% of the time, we forget my influence on the society, my impact on the children. Right? हम कहते हैं कि अरे हमें ये पसंद नहीं, but कभी आपने सोचा है how will the other person feel? So always empathize and be the change you want to see. That is one success mantra. Then the next one is external awareness. How people view us, other people, in terms of our passions, aspirations, reactions, behavior, strength, and everything. Right? So अब देखते हैं internal and in low external self awareness क्या है. यहाँ high internal, there are 4 quadrants. Introspectors, they are clear on who they are, but they don't challenge their own views or search for blind spots. Where they're introspecting, इसीलिए हमने बोला ना analysis और introspection में थोड़ा difference है. वो खाली कर रहे हैं. इसमें क्या होगा ना, their success will get limited because they're only seeing I know this, I know this, I don't know this, I know this, I don't know this, but they're not ready to get a feedback from outside and improve. Then next is introspectors hai. Next is aware, second quadrant. They know who they are, what they want to accomplish. They seek out and value others' opinions. This is where leaders begin to fully realize true benefits of self-awareness. So this is the quadrant. High internal self-awareness, high external self-awareness. They are aware. The seekers hai. Seekers hai, unko low introspection nahi hai. But they keep getting feedback and they get frustrated. Somebody, ये जो psychophancy होता है ना, flattery, they fall to flattery, the seekers. And there are pleasers. They can be focused on appearing. When they are something, they try to present something, they overlook what matters to them. They aren't, ye thoda mane complicated kind, that pattern, zigzag pattern of people. So now tell me, which quadrant we as teachers in the education world people, which quadrant they should be? Put it in the chat box. Which quadrant would you like to be in? Introspectors, aware, seekers, pleasers, aware. Wonderful. So only one person wants to be aware. But actually, I'm not able to see the. Some people, many of you are responding, but the names are not coming. Only the words are coming. But I will capture all the chats in the chat box. I will see later, and all the Menti and Padlet link I will that I give you will be sent in the WhatsApp, and I think Shubhashri ma'am can forward it to you. Right? अभी देखते हैं एक जोहारी window. This is actually one psychological tool, but it is compulsory to know. One area which is known to others and not known to self is the open area. One not known to others but known to self is hidden area. And one not known to self but known to others. And one is unknown, blind spot. Okay, not known to self, not known to others. So these are the areas open. You also know about yourself, others also know about you. And hidden hai your beliefs, your fears, your finance, your health. You generally don't depict to everybody. Okay, unless of course it is, your very close people. So Zohari window is another psychological tool to know self-awareness. Some of the important self-awareness skills are empathy, adaptability, confidence, mindfulness, patience, and kindness. Okay. If we have all these, I think we are self-aware. And what we need to know is learning how to identify emotions as they happen increases your self-awareness. Just don't let things go off. As soon as it happens, you have to identify and correct it. That is self-awareness. Some tips for becoming self-aware, right? What are the tips for becoming self-aware? You have to have an open mind. You have to know your strengths and weaknesses. And very, very important is stay focused and set boundaries. Not anybody and everybody can interfere in your work area. Know your emotional triggers. What makes you angry? What, kabhi kabhi aisa hota hai. It's a common experience. Teachers talk, I know. अरे प्रिंसिपल के पास जाके क्या बोलते, व्हाट यू से, पिन मार देती है या पिन मार देते हैं, तो बहुत लाइक मैम गेट्स एंग्री और सर गेट्स एंग्री, बट दैट इज इमोशनल ट्रिगर. ऐसा होता नहीं है, बट पीपल फील लाइक दैट. इमोशनल ट्रिगर्स इज सपोजिंग यू सी somebody in pain, you get very panicky, very disturbed. Supposing people don't listen to you, you get very disturbed. So embrace your intuition and practice self-discipline. Very, very important. And how, what impact we have on others. सबसे important है, never hesitate to say sorry. It is very difficult to feel sorry, still more difficult to say sorry. But people who are genuinely sorry and they say sorry, they do not have their ego to say sorry, are the most self-aware people. And अगर पूछने का हिम्मत करते हैं तो बर्दाश्त करने की ताकत भी रखिए और फीडबैक लीजिए. ओपन फीडबैक, open to criticism also, not only to, because self-awareness rarely happens immediately. It takes time, commitment and practice. देखिए, self aware you, कितने चीजें, चार aspects है. This is called a mind map. चार aspect: your skills, your personality, your values and your knowledge and interest. These are four aspects of self awareness, and you see so many things are embedded in it. So many. Your personality is driven by facts, concepts, reflective, expressive. Then your skills are organizational, motivational, analytical, technical, communication, teamwork. Most of the time we say not a team player. Your knowledge, sports, traveling, physiology, everything. And value. Most important is value, जिसमें money भी आता है. My value and my values are two different things. You teachers are invaluable, and we should have some values. Money, as may, we don't know, money is something in life, not everything. But money is one thing which will decide your value. Agree? If I have convinced you, put a capital C. If I have confused you, put a small c in the chat box. Let me see how many capital C's and how many small c's. Yes, one capital C, so all capital C's. So thank you, Pataliputra sir. They are so wonderful of you people.